Stop. All right. Okay, hold on. That looks goodish. Hold on. Let me up the... I need a little more color here. Hold on. That looks good. Okay. Let me give a little more exposure to this. A little bit more exposure. Yeah, good enough. Okay. All right. We're going to be starting the Sage and Friends podcast here any second. Let me just send out a tweet. I'm going to try streaming the Sage and Friends podcast live if you want to watch. Okay, here you go. There, let me do that. There you go. I'm going to go over on the Facebook and I'll post it over there. Okay, hold on. There, bam. All right. Let's do it. Okay. All right. Today's Sage and Friends episode is brought to you by the 5-Minute Marketing Workout. That's right, the 5-Minute Marketing Workout, people. Look, do you think that the only thing I want to do in my life is just sit here and make podcasts? I mean, there's not really much more I want to do, but there are other things. Like, for example, I could do nothing. I could watch Netflix. I could read the news. I'm obsessed with the political brouhaha. I mean, there's a lot of things. I'm a very lazy person by nature. You should understand that. Very lazy by nature. But I understand the importance of marketing. And so I get my ass out of bed and I make podcasts, I blog, I do the Tool Show. I'm a busy person. I'm like you. I'm just like you. I'm a very busy person. I have other things that I could be doing. But no, I make a priority to podcast. Why? Because, well, there's a couple reasons why. First of all, I don't, in no particular order. I try to be a good representative of practicing what I preach, you know? I'm like, look, I'm telling you all to market. It would be a little disingenuous of me to not, market. But then also, I need to market. And so therefore, I do these podcasts. And the reason I do podcasts is because it's like, I think it's something that people will listen to, as opposed to actually talking about marketing, which nobody gives a crap about. And so therefore, the people will kind of listen to it, and I enjoy doing it. So it's like sort of a win-win. It's the best thing I can do that I enjoy, that people sort of like to listen to. That's all I got. Okay? So that's why I market. And so the 5-Minute Marketing Workout is a series of lessons that will come to your inbox every weekday, Monday through Friday, that will give you something to do for your marketing for 5 minutes. I try to make it just a tiny little thing. Watch a video, read an article, do a little thing, because if you do something for 5 minutes every single day, it will add up to something huge. Look, if you have a business, you know you need to market. The 5-Minute Marketing Workout is just this little nudge to remind you every day to get out there and do a little something. Be like, hey, people, I'm over here. Don't forget about me. And that's what the 5-minute marketing workout. There will be a link to the 5-minute marketing workout on the podcast, but just go to sagerock.com/5 minutes. sagerock.com/5 minutes and sign up for the 5-minute marketing workout. It's free and it will change your life. Your money back guaranteed. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to the show.
Sage and Friends.
Sage and Friends.
Sage and Friends. Sage and Friends.
Sage and Friends.
Sage and Friends.
What is up? What is up, party people? I have tried to avoid this topic for the entire duration of this hellish political cycle. I have intentionally not talked about who I'm voting for. I mean, I think you would be pretty hard pressed to find much political commentary on my Facebook or Twitter. I have, and it's not because I'm afraid to talk about my political position, because I'm going to talk about it right now. I just think you guys are exhausted from it. And at least in Ohio, so that's the other weird thing. The experience of a political journey is different by state. So, like, for example, I get an opportunity to hang out in Texas quite a bit, and to teach social media, and we do talk politics down there during that. Texans are very cool, very open people, but they don't get like what we get up here in Ohio. Being a swing state is just this constant barrage of politics. Constant radio ads, TV ads, internet ads, all the politicians coming through. We are just crushed by it. Every presidential election, we get hammered because we're a swing state. I mean, we're a swing state right now. I mean, I think Ohio's really up in the air right this very minute for like who we're going to vote for. You know, are we going to vote for Hillary or Donald Trump? We just, you know, it's hard to say. So now let me cap that by saying I'm not complaining. I would rather be in a state that has this kind of political indulgence than a state that doesn't have it, because I feel like I'm a more educated voter. I get it jammed down my throat. You can't not. So I feel like being in a swing state is actually a privilege because they pay so much attention to you. I'm also a political junkie. Like I love politics. I tell my wife that if I ever like end up in a home, like with Alzheimer's or whatever, she can just set me in a chair in front of C-SPAN. C-SPAN 24/7, I will be fine. I just love the political process. Now, I will say that my love has kind of waned recently. In fact, like a day or two ago, I was telling myself, you know what? I think I'm done with politics. I think I'm over it. I can't believe this. I can't believe these are our politicians. I can't believe this is what we're talking about. I just can't believe any of it. I've been oftentimes asking myself, has the American democracy jumped the shark? Has it just gone too far? Is it just too stupid and ridiculous? And that I said that in a moment of frustration. And as I calmed down and relaxed, it's very easy, if you have followed politics at all over the history of America, to realize that it's always been this way. We are a very cantankerous isn't the right word, spirited country. We are very liberal, very conservative, and we just mash up, and it makes for actually a really wonderful country. We are very, it's interesting because our politicians are so insane. I mean, we have dueled. There have been duels, people. Okay? Aaron Burr, dueling. Like, it's insane. Okay? We've had a civil war. We're crazy. And the people in America are crazy. We are insane. We're the people. Okay, so look. You know what America is? It's all the wacko nut jobs from Europe that were like, screw you, Europe. We're leaving. We want to be on our own. You can't control us. And we go over on these boats. We get some stupid captain that won't let us off of those boats. So we sit around floating out there in the ocean, these pilgrims. And then just when it starts to get cold, then the captain's like, everybody off. And then most of the people end up dying from some terrible disease. I mean, we're those people. We're those people. And then on top of that, then you take those people and then they're like, I hear there's gold on the other side of this massive continent. And so they just pack up all of their families, their kids and their wives and their animals and just roll them ox and cart style across the country. We are insane. We are insane. I believe humans are insane. I have this whole theory now that I'm really loving, that we exterminated the Neanderthals just because we are freaks. We probably scared them shitless and then tortured them, and then Neanderthals were probably like, fuck this. I am not living on a planet with these assholes, and left. And just are like, we're done. Neanderthals are out. You motherfucking humans can have this planet to yourself. We're out. And I believe that. I believe that's how the Neanderthals should have won. They were bigger, but we're just insane. And Americans are the insane ones. We're the ones that we take the insane humans that are already insane, and then we just pack them up on a boat and ship them over to America, the super insane ones. We are crazy over here. We are crazy. And the crazy part about it is, I know you Americans that are listening to this right now are smiling, being like, yeah, he's right. We're pretty crazy. We're pretty crazy over here. We love it. We love being crazy. We're proud of it. We're proud of our crazy freak self. But somehow our founding fathers, I think, understood this and developed this government built for insane people, the extra special insane people. And our government has become has always been this slow moving, deliberate institution. The way they set up our government has been so close to perfect for the kind of people we are in America. I believe that we have not really fundamentally changed since the beginning. We were crazy then, and we're crazy now. That's my theory. And American democracy that we have right now is pretty perfect for the insane people that live here. It makes things move slow and easy. We're not too crazy. We're not too radical. We're just like, you get two parties, people, just two. That's it. You can't handle three. Trust me. You're too insane to handle three parties. You get two parties, pick wisely, and you'll choose one because we made this electoral college thing. So, because we can't let you people actually vote. Democracy, real democracy in America, never going to fly. Never going to fly. It's never happening. So forget even thinking about it. We'll call it a democracy because you feel like you need that. You're a special snowflake American. You feel like your voice is important, but really just electoral college. That's all I'm saying. And so we've always been this crazy. Okay. Andrew Jackson was a nut job. All right. That's all I'm saying. So look, after I got over my little hissy fit of I'm tired of American politics. I can't believe these are the politicians we have to choose from. What about Bernie Sanders? Screw Bernie Sanders, okay? I love Bernie Sanders. I would have voted for Bernie Sanders. We aren't ready for Bernie Sanders, okay? The reason we didn't vote for Bernie Sanders is because we, the people, are not ready for Bernie Sanders. He's too forward-thinking. He's too liberal. I mean, not that liberal is bad. I'm liberal. I mean, we're just not ready. We are not ready for the Bernie Sanders in our life. We're ready for like a Hillary Clinton. I'm sorry. So today's episode is who I'm voting for. Okay. And who I'm voting for is Hillary Clinton. Okay. I'm sorry. To all you Trump supporters out there, I apologize. But let me back up. So let me first of all say that there was a time in this process that I thought I was going to vote for Donald Trump. There are several things about Donald Trump that I love. The biggest thing I love about him is he's a big fuck you to the institution, to the insiders, to this oligarchy of bullshit that is going on right now. He somehow split the Republicans had too many candidates. He just split them up. He confused everybody. We're all like, what? And then you were like, you're supposed to apologize when you say that. And he's like, you know what? No, the wall just got 10 feet taller and we loved it. Yeah. You're like, go Donald Trump. You say what we want to say. We can't even think of what we want to say, but we wanted to say that. You know, like he's that guy. And on top of that, there's an element of the truth that like this might not come again for quite some time. An outsider in this system is pretty rare. Like I think that the Republicans next time are going to get their shit together a little bit and they're going to be like, okay, that's never happening again. We fucked this in the ass, and we will never allow that kind of guy into to get the nomination again. Just like what the Democrats did. I mean, there were two basic candidates for the Democrats. There was Bernie Sanders and there was Hillary Clinton, and Bernie Sanders was never going to win. He was never going to win. The DNC knew all along they were supporting Hillary Clinton. It's proven. It's proven. And so that's what they like. That's how they like it. That you think you're voting for something, you're not really voting for anything. Don't you? You're so cute with you and your voting. But Donald Trump was democracy. He was like he is this guy that like people are like, dude, this guy is like a breath of fresh air. I mean, I'm tired of the way these other politicians. And so I'm like, and for me, what Donald Trump, I am tired of how big business and big government, or just business and government, it doesn't matter. It's up and down. It's from your city to your country. Business and government are just these like they're screwing each other in the back alley constantly. Like they're shooting up heroin and they have their AIDS filled and they just are terrible, infected pusses of like orgy sex in the back of like the seediest alleyway. They're just back there screwing government and business all the time. And they're only coming to you to beg for more heroin money. I mean, that's all they're doing, so that then they can just go back in their back dirty alley by the dumpster and fuck some more. That's all is going on right now in American politics. And that's why that's the only time we ever play a part is like we have to vote for them. And they're like, I guess I have to talk to the people. We support the people. We're going to help the people. Blah, 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 blah. Vote for me. And then they'll carry on with their orgy, their dirty little, infected orgy, like for the next, 3 years until they have to do this bull crap again. And so I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of this oligarchy represented, this fake representation government thing that's going on right now. But maybe it'll change. Maybe it won't. I don't know. Maybe it's always been the same about that. I don't even really know. But what I can tell you is that like they're I'm just sick of it. And Donald Trump could be this great protest vote. He is the icon of the closest thing that we've had to stand outside of this. And I'm not sure it's going to come back again, although I will say that it does happen every once in a while. Like Ross Perot was close. If Ross Perot had had social media, that might have changed things. He bought a half-hour commercial once, and he pulled out like pie charts and shit. I mean, that's so badass. Like, nobody thinks that an American can handle pie charts. I mean, I love that. I'm like, wow, you're talking to us like almost like we're like in 7th grade. That's amazing. And so I do think that it could happen again, but I'm not holding my breath. I'm not like, oh, well, we'll get another, a better protest vote guy down the road. No. I don't know when it'll happen. It may never happen again because the two parties maybe will lock it down even more. Like this, like they're going to figure out how to never let some outsider in again. And so that is, wait, Rocky's calling. Hold on one second. Hi, Rocky. Good. I'm doing a podcast.
Oh, I'm so sorry. to interrupt.
No, that's okay. Did you need anything?
I do, and this would be embarrassing to admit on a podcast. Where's our 2015 tax folder?
Oh, it's at work here.
Good.
I got it.
Yeah, I have a question about a refund that was coming into Sage Rock, so I can talk to you after your podcast.
Okay.
about that.
Yeah. Taxes are not the most exciting podcast commentary.
No, what do you do in your podcast?
Who I'm voting for.
Oh, awesome.
Isn't that exciting?
That is exciting.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody's just waiting with bated breath wanting to know.
Oh, and I'm sure they have no idea how you feel about any of this.
That's true. I keep this stuff pretty under wraps.
Yeah. You're not very transparent about
No,
your
I'm
values
not. But
or how
I'm
you
just
feel
letting.
about
I
things.
know. I'm just letting it all hang out for once.
All right, then.
All right. I'm streaming live if you want to watch. You can find a link on Facebook or Twitter, by the way.
Oh, that's so fun.
Yeah.
Awesome, dude. No,
Okay.
I'm doing taxes and shit.
Boo! That's no
I'm
fun.
not playing on
I
my
know.
little podcast.
I know. Somebody has to actually work. This is
Somebody's
work,
gotta
darn
do
it.
the-
This is marketing. I'm marketing.
Yes. You and your martini.
I
You
know.
have fun.
Okay, I will. All right, we'll talk later.
I love it.
I love you. Bye. All right, there. That's Rocky. I love her so much. Anyways, so I don't know if another protest vote is going to come along, but that was the big thing that I loved about Donald Trump, was that he was this outsider that threw the entire system for a loop. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Now, the other thing is the whole pro-life situation. So I'm not pro-life. I'm a pro-choice guy. But I have spent many years trying to empathize with the pro-life people because it's not an irrational perspective. It's actually a quite rational perspective. So one of the greatest classes I took in college was advanced ethics. And we talked about many things like euthanasia, which is, killing people. We talked about food, like being a vegetarian, the pros and cons of eating meat. But we also talked about abortion. And it was a very memorable segment of the class because the philosophy teacher said this. He said, look, the Catholic Church has a premise on abortion that is very logical. They say that a fetus is a human. That's point one. Point two is they say that it is wrong to kill an innocent human. Therefore, it is wrong to kill fetuses. Okay? It is a logical progression. And the fact of the matter is, you cannot deny the fact that it's a human. As soon as the stuff gets together inside, where it gets all the stuff, it becomes a human. Everything about it is a human. Okay? You cannot deny that what is inside that woman is a human. You can't deny it. Now, you could talk about it's not a person, okay? It doesn't have an identity, but then that's very not black and white. Like, when does your personness take place? I mean, it's probably not the first day you come out, right? So therefore, if you believe that it's because it's when a human being becomes a person, then basically you're saying, well, you probably can, kill babies up to maybe even 9 months after they're born. It's called infanticide, and it's actually done in some cultures. Or at least was done. I don't know if it's done anymore, but it's been done in the past. That's really nebulous and gray. Like, you don't even want to go down that conversation because you're like, well, who's going to decide when you become a person and when you don't become a person? And so then what, interestingly, I think, is that the philosophy teacher then said, well, then the next question is it ever acceptable to kill an innocent human being? And that's where he finds a hole in the argument. And there are instances where it is acceptable to kill an innocent human being. He gave an example of, say, Jews trying to flee Germany, okay? And there is a, there's a group of them, and there's a mentally challenged person in the group that just won't stop talking and starts yelling, and they can't calm him down. And the German soldiers are getting nearer and nearer. And to save the group, they end up killing that person. And it becomes an acceptable approach because it's saving the greater good. And there was even a MASH episode where there was a woman holding a baby. I think she was holding a chicken, and the chicken wouldn't stop balking, and there were guards coming in, and it turns out she smothered her baby to save the bus. So the fact of the matter is, there are instances where killing an innocent human being is acceptable in extreme situations. And so, therefore, you can't just say it's never acceptable to kill an innocent human being, because there are times. Ultimately, I think that abortion is one of those things where you, like, it is one of those things on a case-by-case basis. Is it appropriate to kill this innocent human being? And so I feel that, and on top of that, I work with a woman who is she runs an adoption agency, and people are constantly looking for babies. I mean, constantly looking for babies. You as a birth mother can make money in the process of giving up your baby for adoption, okay? So, I mean, it's a huge thing. People always want babies. So it's not like this baby is just going to go without. People always want a new, fresh baby. So, at any rate, I feel like I understand the right to life people, okay? I feel like I get it. And I believe what I've learned is that Hillary Clinton, there's no way Hillary Clinton is going to be any kind of right for lifer. The best chance they have is Donald Trump. He says he's going to be a right to lifer, and he's going to bring in conservative justices, and so therefore that's probably their best thing. And so, like, if that's important to you, and there's already a justice position open, there could be a couple more justice positions open during the next 4 years because people are getting old. And so this becomes a very important aspect of the right to life movement that Hillary Clinton is going to be is going to really set back the conservative agenda or conservative values, I should say, of the Supreme Court. So I get it. That it's just, for me, there's a lot of obviously issues in the world, and abortion is not high on my list. It's probably not. That's probably a naive lack of understanding of what's going on, But I'm sorry, I have other issues, and hopefully you would respect that I respect your issues, and you could respect that my issue. I have my issues, and my issues tend to be a little bit more socially minded, helping people like poor people and stuff like that, So I tend to lean Democratic. So I get why you would want to vote for Donald Trump. Okay. Now, let's say okay. Now the next part of this conversation is either why I wouldn't vote for Donald Trump and why I would vote for Hillary Clinton. So which do you want first? I'm going to go with why I wouldn't vote for Donald Trump. Okay. I would have voted for Donald Trump because I liked him as a protest vote. The reason I am not voting for Donald Trump, and I'm not just voting in a negative, I am voting positive now at this point in my evolution. The reason I'm voting negative in Donald Trump is because he is erratic. He is erratic. If he had been able to keep his mouth shut on Twitter for 5 minutes about anything, that would have significantly changed my view on him. But he is very sensitive. He cannot take being ridiculed, and that's going to make him just this amazing piñata for the rest of the world. They are going to just be able to poke and prod him because he can't take it. He cannot take being abused. And that concerns me because he has a lot of power. I don't know if he really would do any kind of nuclear offensive, but I don't think it's out of his realm of doing that, from what I can tell. And I definitely think he would go hardcore more wars. Not that Hillary Clinton wouldn't do more wars. I just think he might be a little more hawkish, a little more extreme, like, oh yeah, well, I'm coming to kick your ass kind of thing, The reason I am voting for Hillary Clinton, and keep in mind, I was a Bernie Sanders fan, and I was very disappointed that Bernie Sanders just lined up behind Hillary Clinton. That was really disheartening to me. But I am voting for Hillary Clinton because she eats shit. That's it. She is a shit eater. She takes it, and she just gets back up. Even Donald Trump, in I think the second debate, said that he respected her persistence and determination. It's undeniable. She is crazy strong. And she is very knowledgeable in the global situation, and we are in a very global position right now with China and North Korea and terrorism, where our understanding of the global positioning of the world is very important, and I feel like she is very knowledgeable. I don't know if that is good or bad. I don't know what the knowledge would lead to, so you take the fact that she is knowledgeable and fairly conservative, like she's not erratic. And you can see it because she just eats shit all day long. She's been eating shit for as long as I've known her. She's eaten shit from her husband. She's eaten shit from the Republicans. She just eats shit. It's like what she has for dinner is shit. What's for dinner, Hillary? More shit. Good. I love it. She doesn't give a shit. She just eats it. I don't know how she does it. But it is awe-inspiring. Okay? I'm impressed by the amount of shit that woman can eat. And maybe it's probably all self-serving. Like, she had this long agenda wanting to be president. And she's like, I will eat shit for the next 30 years. But you know what? Now she's so used to eating shit. It's just like a snack for her. Just little turds. She'll just eat turds all day long. And she's not going to back down from Putin. She's not going to back down from anybody. She's not. She is not. And that is a cool position, okay? And so that is ultimately why I am voting for Hillary Clinton. Now, if I can imagine, one of the things that you might say is, but she's crooked. She's a liar. She's a liar. Okay. This is where the adults have to have a conversation. I get that you're outraged that she's a liar. But you need to grow the fuck up. Because politicians lie. It is what politicians do. Marsha, that should have been her campaign. Eat shit with Hillary. Yes, Marsha. I know. Marsha, I mean, Hillary will eat that shit. Yes. Anyways, that's all. That's why I'm voting. But so she, how are you, Marsha? It's good to see you. The Republicans have done a really good job of branding her as a liar, and she is a liar. Of course. And do I think she should have burned those emails? No. Do I think she should have had a personal email server in her bathroom? No. No, no, no. I do not. But let me tell you a little story, folks. There was a guy that tends to be fairly thought of positively, and his name, and he was a Republican by the name of Abraham Lincoln. Now, let me refresh your memory. During the time of Abraham Lincoln, there was a little thing called the Civil War. Now, Abraham Lincoln was a moderate. He came in on the platform that what was going to happen was the South was going to keep slaves, and the North was going to not have slaves. There was a little contention, which actually, I believe, led to the Civil War, that what were we going to do with the southern states? And his idea was, well, we're going to make them non-slave. And then that was going to tilt the balance of power too much to non-slave, and the South was worried about that. And that, I believe, ultimately, among other things, started the Civil War. Well, Abraham Lincoln, during the Civil War, started to get a little fucking pissed off. And he's like, you know what? Fuck you people, no more slavery. And he pulls out the Emancipation Proclamation and drops Amendment 13. Bam, bam, bam. He drops Amendment 13 on your ass. One little problem. The Civil War was kind of wrapping up. It was wrapping up. So what was happening was, hold on, let me see if I can find that. So it says here, I'm just reading an article. Nevertheless, Lincoln was so determined to see the amendment passed before the war ends that he resorts to corruption and deception. This is this guy saying that, but it's true. He enlists a group of unscrupulous patronage peddlers to promise political jobs and appointments to lame duck Democrats. Remember, Lincoln is a Republican. If they will promise to vote for the amendment. He adds piles of cash to sweeten the deal, and the votes start piling up. Okay? Then, in addition to buying votes for his amendment, Lincoln also resorts to outright lying. When Jefferson Davis from the South sends emissaries to discuss a negotiated peace while the amendment is coming to a vote, Lincoln knows that some of his negotiated support will likely change and the amendment is likely to fail. Consequently, he sends a letter denying any knowledge of the peace delegation from Richmond, even though this is clearly a lie. Clearly a lie. He knows that the delegation is coming and he buries it. He buries the knowledge. He lies. He lies. Politician equals liar. You think, can you handle the truth? Can you honestly, honest to God, handle the truth of what being a politician on the national scale is? It is insane. It is insane. And now, I'm not saying that we just need to open it up like everybody gets to lie. I mean, you got to follow the law. But you cannot forget that story that Abraham Lincoln, who you know and love, whether you're a Democrat or a Republican, he lied to push through a constitutional amendment. He lied to make an amendment to the Constitution. That's insane. That's insane. Okay? So I just think that you calling Hillary Clinton a liar is like you calling a politician a politician. She's a politician. Oh no, you're kidding me. Really? Really? She's a politician? I had no idea. Just grow up. Look, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, she's annoying. She's like, look, it's taken me a long time to come around to wanting Hillary as president. I might just be, for all I know, just convincing myself. I don't really know. I mean, at this point, everything is so convoluted in my head, but I just keep coming back to the fact that woman will eat shit until the day she dies. She is unbelievable. And that's the kind of person you want in a government that is dealing with some really precarious global issues. I believe, so Marcia says, I agree, Trump is a loose cannon with a really short fuse. Yeah, look, I get that the right to life thing sucks. I'm sorry. I would like to see more work together between right to lifers and choice people. I think there's a lot of common ground. I don't think most people want to kill fetuses, quite honestly. I think we could talk about more education, just like with gun rights, okay? Listen, I'm a licensed gun dealer. I sell guns, okay? But I'm also a liberal. I feel like that we could talk about how we could, I don't know. It's just something. We could talk about some ideas, like how to strengthen gun laws just a little. Like, how about terrorists, people on the terrorist list not being able to get a gun? How about that one? Could we just chat about that one for a minute? Just let's chat. I'm not saying absolutely let's do it. Let's just spitball the idea that documented terrorists could maybe be also not able to get a gun. I don't know. I know that they were mistakenly on the list. Let's build it in so that perhaps they could, deny it. Like, I'm not a terrorist. Okay, we're really sorry. You have bigger problems if you're on the terrorist list. You have bigger problems than the fact that you can't get a gun. You should probably get your ass off of that terrorist list. That's a problem. That's a problem being on there. I mean, that's worse than having low credit, okay? Having a low credit score. What do you prefer, a low credit score or being on the terrorist watch list? Personally, I would like to clear up my terrorist watch list credentials. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So I think that there is room, and I think that we could also have a conversation about abortion. But the people in charge do not let us talk because they have made us enemies of each other. The right to lifers and right to choice are enemies. You can never talk to your enemy. And that's how they like it, because it shores up votes a lot easier. That's why this election will just be so close. It's always 50-50. There will be no talking between liberals and conservatives about abortion. That would just ruin the whole fun of it all. It would make them have to work harder for their votes, is what that is. So there you go. Hillary eats shit Clinton for president. That's it. That's all I have, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time.
Sage and Friends.
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 Hey, thanks for coming, guys. That was really awesome. Thank you for watching. That was fun, I think, to do a podcast live. A lot of the podcasters that I watch do this, stream it live while recording. And so I thought I would try and up my game a little bit. Super appreciate you watching. Thanks so much. And I'll be uploading the podcast, and you'll see it on Facebook and on Twitter very soon. All right, everybody. Goodbye. I don't know where the button is. Oh, here it is. Goodbye.